Pratik, welcome. And thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for talking to the Tribune. Uh,
My pleasure.
so,
Thank you very much for having me. Yeah.
yes. So, your next movie is set for a theatrical release, Bhavai.
Yes.
So, do you think it's an acid test for your newfound stardom?
Well, yeah. I mean, this is the word acid test is what I've heard the most after Scam released, because
Hmm.
after Scam, I guess this is the first big release is what I'm getting right
Right.
now. Though the film was shot before I started even shooting for the Scam or discussing for the Scam. So this film is practically my first Bollywood mainstream film where I am playing the lead protagonist. It is just that it's releasing now. And before that, I had done multiple Gujarati films.
Right.
So yes, but in mainstream, this is going to be my first outing.
But do you think, in a way, it's good, now that you're almost OTT star and that the film is coming and it's releasing at the right time in that sense?
Yeah, I hope so. With all our fingers crossed, we are hoping for the same thing. That a lot of people actually want to go out and have some good time in theaters, because theater can give you that experience of community watching, going with your friends and family and all. Of course, with all the precautions that we have to take for a couple of years now. But yeah, so we feel that it's a good time.
So Bhavai seems to have a very interesting premise. Can you elaborate a little more about it?
So Bhavai is a film about two actors and how their real life and real life gets messed up because the audience is not able to differentiate between who they are and what they play on stage. So we are talking about the perception on a larger canvas here, and in the world that currently we are living in. We are also talking about the actors and their lives on stage and backstage both. And there are some satires also about our thought process as society as large. So that's how the film is. Though it's a musical love story, and you will get to see a lot of different colors.
But then, does that make the subject more relatable to you because you are an actor from the stage, and of course, as actors, real lives always mingle. Do they intermingle in your case as well?
Yes, any actor, any artist would, I guess, relate to it. Be it an actor or singer or a painter or any artist for that matter, because the piece of art that actually comes from your heart, and when it gets misunderstood or when it takes another route, it is very, very painful for any artist. And that's how the journey goes in the film.
So, but it is very difficult to snap out of your real life, and is that kind of a double-edged sword? How do you get out of a character?
See, as far as myself as an actor is concerned, so that switch on, switch off is what we have to learn. Otherwise, it is very difficult for us to survive and keep working for long hours, long times, and create multiple characters. So I guess it's just a matter of practice that you keep doing it again and again, and you know how to do it.
So, and being a theater practitioner, does that make things easier?
Oh yes, it makes it a lot easier for me as an actor, because theater can give you that space. Theater can teach you that discipline, and how do you drive through your different emotions in different times, and for the same play, each show is different. So how do you recreate it again and again with the same zeal, same freshness, is what theater teaches you, and that helps.
So I'm coming to a little unsavory part about the film. The film was surrounded by some controversy, was renamed and all that. So what kind of an aftertaste has it left, and do you think that affects the fortune of the films on the box office when or controversy helps a film?
I don't know about all these things because, frankly speaking, it's my first ever experience of such things happening around around films, around my film actually.
Right.
We have heard and seen about some things happening for a lot of films, but I'm experiencing is this for the first time. So I don't know, how will it affect the film in a good way or bad way. But one thing is for sure that it is really heartbreaking. It is really saddening that people are reacting on it without even watching it, because I'm sure once they watch it, once they'll have the correct context, nothing will pinch them,
Mhm.
because it has nothing to do with whatever that they are thinking right now.
Look, you've been in the limelight for a long time. You've been part of the acolytes. You've been on stage. Do you think in more recent times our tolerance levels are going down? And I'm sure you must have done some controversial plays as well. Theatre is always provocative, and yet people did not react in this fashion. And here people react without watching, as you're saying.
So I think it is not a tolerance issue. The issue is about we are driven by perceptions which are being presented to us. So it is not about tolerance. India at large is a tolerant country. You know, if you go to see, there are a lot of things that we absorb, we take it with a pinch of salt, and not now. I mean, since ages. So the only thing is that now these days it is very easy to provide misconception and perception to people and drive some hidden agenda, which I guess people at large would not even know that what is happening.
I mean, we always say what's there in a name, but do you think a change in the title from Ravan Leela to Bhavai will affect the film in any which way? You had to, I believe, the producers had to chop off some scenes as well. Does that take away from the film in any sense?
Yeah, I'm sure that the film lovers, the storytelling lovers, those who loved stories, those who loved cinema, those who wanted to experience the story at its fullest with all the emotions, they will feel something may be missing, because I surely feel कि अरे यार ये होता तो शायद आपको और अच्छे से समझ में आए. But I'm sure makers have done all possible things that the gist of the story is intact and we can still communicate the story with the same emotions. But as far as the name change is concerned, see, the story is not about Ram and Ravan. It is not about what it is being perceived. So that way, it is not taking away anything from the story, because it is a love story. It's a musical love story of two actors.
But releasing the film in times where even superstars are kind of wary about releasing their films, a lot of films are still on hold. Do you think it's a risk of that in some way?
I'm sure that there is a risk involved in it, because people have just started moving out of their houses. So there is this question constantly that how many people will go out and watch. How many people can do that? But somewhere it had to start. And whenever you start, anybody starts, will have to get that risk at the initial days. Even if you start theaters after 2 years, the situation is going to be the same initially. So somebody will have to start. So yeah, it's in this case we are the first one to start.
But would you have preferred an OTT release where you are a bona fide star anyway?
Yeah, we have discussed this. I had discussed this with Hardik, who is the writer director of the film. But it's Hardik's also first film, and he was really excited that the kind of grandeur, the kind of feel it will give on big screen. So he said that I don't want to miss out on that. So with all the given risks involved, we have decided to do this now.
So you followed into various mediums: cinema, theater, and of course OTT. Any pluses of these mediums and any minuses?
So rather than pluses and minuses, each medium is different and it demands different way of approach from the makers and even actors. So I find myself really fortunate that I have worked in different mediums. That has helped me a lot improve my craft. Like right from radio plays to audio series to book reads to poetry recitations to theater to Nritya Natika and to short films, regional cinema, mainstream cinema, and OTT. I have explored all these mediums, and each medium will teach you something different. So yeah.
So it makes you a more complete actor?
Yes, it makes you a more complete actor, for sure.
But I know, talking of Scam 1992, which has put you on the national map, literally, 1 year you clocked 1 year of its release. So yes. how would you look back at the past 1 year?
It has been phenomenal year for me, and I call it a scamdemic year for me. Because it changed my life completely now, and I guess I'm living a dream, any actor's dream.
But are you literally flooded with offers? How many roles do you say no to on a daily basis?
So there are lots and lots of scripts which are offered to me, interesting characters and very different scripts. I'm reading them, and wherever I feel more excited, you know, I try to be a part of those scripts also. So yeah, but there are a lot of things that I'll have to reject, mainly because of the timelines, because everything is coming on the same time, which is practically not possible for me to take up.
So what makes you say yes to a particular series or a film or a role?
Oh, so there are a couple of web series and a couple of films that I'm doing, which shall release soon next year also, early next year. So yes, I'm looking forward to create some different and interesting characters.
But would you say that your iconic part in Scam 1992, or the part in that Gujarati play Mohan No Masalo?
Yes.
Yeah, which also went into Limca Book of Records. So, which would you say is a more of a game changer for you?
Oh, of course, Scam actually changed. It became a game changer for me in mainstream because it suddenly put me on national, international platform, and it helped me reach out to a large number of audience. And that's I get that created a lot of excitement amongst makers also and in the audience also.
But does it hurt somewhere? You've been, part of several Gujarati hit films. You've been on stage, and then one series in Hindi comes, and suddenly it changes everything. Does that
Hurt in
say
the
something
sense,
about our regional cinema or its limited reach?
yeah, I mean regional cinema and even theater. These are the mediums which has limited reach because of obvious reasons, because regional cinema, because of its language, it can reach out to only certain number of people, which a certain regional cinema of India has broken now. Like if you talk about Malayali films, Tamil films, it has no regional boundary.
So,
It can. I mean, everybody across the world, I guess, watch it.
so,
So not all the regional cinemas have reached to that level or that stage. But yes, so that is a given limitation that we have. But having said that, I don't have any regrets or any grudge or any complaints against anybody because I know for sure that this is how things work on a
so,
larger scale. So and being in being a part of this entire game, I have to accept it.
So is Scam 1992 also, in some sense, a double-edged sword? I mean, in the sense that when you say yes to a next web series, does that part pluck somewhere in your mind? Okay, I have to better this or at least equal this.
See, as far as the performance is concerned, yes, I'm absolutely mindful of what I do and how I do and how I take that part to the next level. But having said that, in any film or any series, there are so many variables, and not all the variables are under your control. So I can't take the pressure of everything and sort of crush myself under that pressure.
Okay.
So I want to, in fact, convert this into excitement and create more interesting characters for the audience.
So success coming a little in the mid years of your life, does it taste more sweet, or is it easier to handle, as compared to if one were in 20s?
I feel yes, it is. It is. I feel these fruits are sweeter than the fruits if I have got earlier. Uh, Maybe I don't have an option but to say this right now. But one thing is for sure that it makes you kind of ready to handle the things that come to you at this age because you have seen a lot of things. Life has given you a lot of experiences to handle the tweaks of emotions, good or bad or whatever. So yeah, it helped me. I mean, no regrets on that front too.
So has it also changed you in some way? Success? Are you the same Pratik for your friends and family, or do you have less time now for everyone?
Yeah, only my friends and family can answer this better. But on their behalf, I say that I am the same one. I have not changed a bit. It is just that my calendar seems really busy right now. So it is difficult for me to get time.
Hmm.
But yes, I'm still the same. I think the same way.
So apart from Bhavai, what do you promise your fans in near future? What is it that we should be looking forward to?
So Bhavai is the first film which is releasing on 22nd of October in theaters. After that, I guess Six Suspect is one of the web series that I've done, which shall release on Hotstar soon. Then there is this film called Ladki Hai Kaha, with Roy Kapoor's film production company, and that's the film that I'll be shooting. And I have also completed a film with Hardik Gajjar, who's the writer director of Bhavai, called Atithi Bhuto Bhava, which is ready. And the other film, Dead Biga Zameen, is also there. So yeah, these are the things which are
Quite, quite a
slotted to
mixed bag.
release.
So,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
what would you say? The future belongs to what? Cinema or OTT?
I guess future belongs to more such platforms, and we may not even know, what comes the next as a disruptive innovation. But with one new platform coming in, with one new format coming in, older formats are not going anywhere. So I guess it's going to be a coexisting world for all different formats. So the biggest beneficiary out of all these things is audience. They'll have more and more options.
Not actors.
Actors for sure. All the artists, for our community, this is the best time. I keep saying that this is the best time for actors to be around.
So you're saying stage will coexist with cinema, with the OTT platforms and more such platforms, and
Everything. Yes, everything. Because you
and
see,
Pratik will be common to all of them.
I want to be.
Yeah. So all the best for your future projects, and it's always a pleasure to watch your work, and we're looking forward to Hawaii as well. And all the best. Thank you so much, Pratik, for your time.
Thank you very much for having me. It was a lovely discussion.